Hi, my name is Mike. I am a northern pike. I am a resident of the St. Louis River near the Thompson Dam. I am against hydroelectric power because hydroelectric facilities can have a major impact on aquatic ecosystems. Fish like myself are often killed by turbine blades. Last year, while heading upstream, a turbine slashed my right gill. I haven't been the same since. Impounding a free-flowing river also makes it unsuitable for organisms that rely on flowing water. Impoundment often influences the movement and migration of fish like myself. I encourage each and every one of you to consider the environmental impacts of hydroelectric facilities when supporting this supposedly green energy source. The addition of a plant in Aubergine Hollow seems a little too fishy for me.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Supermom, but I go by Jen to my friends. I live in Aubergine Hollow near the lovely St. Louis River. I have 4 4 angelic children. They're all involved in sports. Livy is 12 and has already started practicing with the junior varsity high school lacrosse team. We don't care about the other kids. Livy is the real star compared to all of them. I am president of the PTA and am exasperated by the addition of the hydroelectric power plant to Aubergine Hollow. According to my bookkeeping, it will not be beneficial to the economic status of our community and jeopardizes our homes due to the possibility of flooding. If you're interested in learning more, I issue the Aubergine Cadet, a weekly flyer that highlights the problems facing our town.
Yes, I need that ASAP. Oh, sorry, didn't see you there. Hello, I'm Margaret Periwinkle. I'm an investor and owner of the Thompson Hydro Station on the St. Louis River. More importantly, I worked with environmentalists to develop another hydroelectric power plant in Aubergine Hollow. There are 3 different types of hydroelectric power plants: run-of-the-river, water impoundment, and tidal. The Aubergine Hollow plant will be a run-of-the-river system due to the proximity of the St. Louis River. As a successful businesswoman, I am sponsored by Starbucks on the paleo diet and frequent Ann Taylor. If you're interested in how to balance work and play, consult my blog at Working Woman H2O. I will be telling you about the economic benefits of hydroelectric power, specifically in Aubergine Hollow. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gail Birchwood. I like to fill myself with positive energy, and I would like that energy to seep into the residents of Aubergine Hollow. Hydroelectric power is considered a renewable energy source and does not emit any harmful chemicals into the air or water. When I woke up this morning, I stepped out of my yurt at the base of Chesapeake Mountain, took a deep breath of the clean, fresh air, and felt content. I knew that the energy I supported was clean, just like the energy from the souls of the innocent creatures surrounding my home. As a Sagittarius, I feel like it is my duty to be the protector of this planet. I am the centaur of Aubergine Hollow.
Livy really cleaned up this weekend.
Yes, I understand that is a really big problem.
Like I said earlier, the addition of a hydroelectric power plant would not be beneficial in my town. A hydroelectric power plant not only cost a ton, but it would cause droughts and flooding.
You seem to have very little knowledge on the functions of a hydroelectric power plant, let alone its benefits. A hydroelectric power plant captures the kinetic energy contained by moving water and uses it to turn a turbine. The water is used and put back to its origin, therefore droughts are not an issue. The turbine transforms the kinetic energy of water or steam into electricity, which is then exported to the electrical grid via transmission lines. The amount of electricity that can be generated at any particular hydroelectric power plant depends on the flow rate and the vertical distance the water falls. The greater the vertical distance, the higher the flow rate, the more electricity that can be generated. There are 3 types of hydroelectric power plants: run-of-the-river, water impoundment, and tidal.
But what even are those 3 systems?
Well, in a run-of-the-river system, H2O is retained behind a low dam and runs through a channel before returning to the river. A water impoundment system is the storing of water in a reservoir behind a dam. It is the most common method of hydroelectricity generation, electricity on demand. By controlling the opening and the closing the gates, the dam operators determine the flow rate of water and therefore the amount of electricity generated. A tidal system is the movement of water driven by the gravitational pull of the moon. Gates and turbines are used to capture the kinetic energy of water flowing through estuaries, rivers, and bays and convert it into electricity.
But what about my home? In order to form a water impoundment system, a free-flowing river must be held back. The resulting reservoir would flood hundreds of homes and force people to relocate. The Three Georges Dam displaced more than 1.3 million people. I am not moving my 4 kids, especially Livy, to a new town.
This is why we will be implementing a run-of-the-river system, not a water impoundment system. This system will not cause the threat of flooding. This system will be beneficial due to the proximity of the St. Louis River.
Okay, that is fine and great, but what about the cost? It costs millions and billions of dollars to create a hydroelectric power plant.
Yes, that is true. The building of a hydroelectric power plant is very expensive. However, once it is built, it requires very low maintenance and the minimum amount of fossil fuels, which saves money. The long run is beneficial and worth the money.
Namaste. I've just been consulting the tree gods. They've been giving me wise words about what to do and what to say.
Greenhouse gases are released to the atmosphere during dam construction and after filling the reservoir. Production of cement, a major component of dams, is responsible for approximately 5% of global anthropogenic CO2 emissions to the atmosphere. Once the dam is complete, the impounded water covers forests or grassland. The dead plants and organic materials in the flooded soils decompose anaerobically and release methane, a potent greenhouse gas. Some researchers assert that in tropical regions, the methane released from a hydroelectric water impoundment contributes more to climate warming than a coal-fired plant with about the same generating capacity.
While there are some greenhouse gas emissions involved in the development of the hydroelectric power plant, at the end of the day, it is a clean energy source. Hydroelectric power generates electricity without the harmful emissions of fossil fuels. Generating electricity from renewable energy rather than fossil fuels also offers significant public health benefits. The air, water pollution emitted by coal and natural gas plants is linked to breathing problems, neurological damage, heart attacks, and cancer. Replacing fossil fuels with renewable energy has been found to reduce premature mortality and lost workdays, and it reduces overall healthcare costs.
While that is true, dams also alter the dynamics of the river ecosystem downstream. In some rivers, sandbars are created during periods of low flow, following periods of flooding. Some plant species, such as cottonwood trees, cannot reproduce in the absence of these sandbars. The life cycles of certain aquatic species, such as salmon, certain trout species, and freshwater clams and mussels, also depend on seasonal variations in water flow. Not to mention the danger posed by the turbine blades. By controlling the water flow, these life cycles are disrupted.
Your argument about fish getting injured is irrelevant because we have fish ladders and lifts to help the fish community. These hydroelectric power plants have constructed many fish passage facilities to help these species of fish continue to flourish as they always have. Fish ladders are a way that hydropower facilities mitigate dam impacts and help local wildlife to flourish. These structures are built to allow migrating fish to bypass the dam by swimming up a series of shallow steps and into the waters on the other side of the structures. Fish lifts are another way that it is another one of the several technologies used by the hydropower industry to help local wildlife move through and around dam structures.
Despite the addition of these fish ladders, water impoundment has severe effects on river ecosystems. In order to form an impoundment, a free-flowing river must be held back. The resulting reservoir may flood hundreds of thousands of hectares of land or canyons. Impounding a river may also make it unsuitable for organisms that depend on free-flowing water. Large reservoirs of standing water hold more heat and contain less oxygen than do free-flowing rivers, affecting which species can survive in the waters.
I understand your concerns about the water impoundment, but humans need a renewable energy source, and this is the perfect thing. It is considered as renewable because it uses Earth's water to produce electricity. The sun shines and the water evaporates from the Earth's surface, forms clouds, and then falls back onto Earth in the form of rain and snow. This implies that we can't use it up and we don't have to worry about it becoming more expensive because of scarcity.